Hey guys, so today we are going to do a Q&A. It has been a long ass time since I cuss too much. Let's censor that. It has been a long time since we've done a Q&A on this channel. I feel like we had a lot fewer subs back then. I honest to God, I can't remember the last time that we did one. But I think it's a little refreshing to have something different on the channel, and it's also really fun to have more of an interaction with you guys. All of these questions are actually from my Discord server, so these are all members of that server. If you guys feel like joining, the link is in the description down below. But yeah, and saying that, so some of these people I have talked to every day for like almost a year or 2 years, or I have talked to very often, so if my responses seem a little off, it's probably because I know this person very well. Alright, let's do this, guys. Mihai says, what are your favorite games from this generation? Let me go ahead and just broaden that and say in general, because I get this question a ton. Like, whenever I did a live premiere, it was asked about 1 million times. So I think it'll be good to be answered, as well as I can predict that this question will be asked when I end up streaming. So, top favorite games of all time would obviously be The Witcher 3, Red Dead Redemption 2, Bloodborne, Spider-Man actually climbed his way up to the top as well, and The Last of Us. Those are fantastic games. If you have not played them, you should play them. I know that some people look at The Witcher 3 and they think it's old, but you know what? That game is fantastic. Dakota asked, how do you manage to post so regularly, and when are you planning another FromSoft game? So, how do I manage to post so regularly? Honestly, guys, I don't feel like I even post regularly. Like, sometimes I get so stressed out because I'll spend so much time editing when I wish I could just have, like, I have the material to upload almost every other day, but then editing takes so much time that sometimes it'll take, like, 2 days break in between, and you have no idea how much that stresses me out. Like, if I go 2 days or 3 days without uploading, I start to like panic. It's almost a curse of being a creator. You feel like you're not doing enough constantly. So I don't really feel like I post that regularly. I wish I could be a little bit more regular, but I guess it's just time management. Honestly, pick a couple days where you're just gonna film, and then pick a couple days where you're just gonna edit, and kind of interchange those to try to get into a rhythm, you know? Otherwise, if you're trying to do it all at once, like there are some days where I'm trying to film and edit same day, or I have had to do that numerous times, and it's absolutely awful. Don't do that. Do not. I don't recommend it. Don't do it. Primark Gaming asks, do you watch movies or TV shows? If you do, which ones are your favorite? So most of the time I actually end up watching more movies than TV shows. I guess I would know my favorites on that a little bit more. So as for movies, this is going to take me a little bit to think of, but I know off the top of my head, Interstellar is great. We have like some of the classics. Pulp Fiction is great. The Thing is great. If you are into horror, God, that movie is so good. What else do we got? Interception was really good as well. The Departed was also really good. I'm pretty sure I actually did end up answering this question sometime back. Like, I think in one of the other Q&A vlogs, so I'm not going to answer it thoroughly, but off the top of my head, these are some of the movies that kind of pop out to me. Obviously, there's so many good ones. Like, The Lion King is also fantastic. That was like my childhood movie. Not the new one. Not the new one. Do not be mistaken. The old one, okay? Josh the Witcher asks, if you had one food and one drink to consume, what would it be? Chipotle and or sushi, because both those are actually really good. And drink, I'm assuming we're gonna rule out water, because for sure I would choose water over everything else. Probably a latte, guys. I really love lattes. Dan asked, what is my least favorite video game character? Oof. This is pulling on my memory. Y'all, I have shit memory, so give me a second. Okay. I'm pulling on some weird memories right now. Hear me out. But in one of the Spyro games, I think it was the one where you found all the eggs that had, they had names to them. And I remember my name was in there. I was so excited about that. Which one was that? I loved Spyro, but I can't remember the name of it. And there were these little guys in, I don't know if they were wearing turbans or if they were in full-blown outfit, and they were super fast, and your goal was to chase these guys down who were carrying the eggs around this racetrack. Oh my god, it was so... I hated them. They were so annoying. It was so hard to do when I was younger. I just despised those little things. Oh my god. I mean, legitimately, I would spend hours trying to get those eggs from whatever those little dudes were. So we're just gonna say that's one of my least favorite, but it's not a character. It's like a side thing. So I don't know if it even counts. DiGiorno asks, what made you want to do a YouTube channel? So I have answered this one before, probably multiple times, especially in the thank you videos, but for everyone who is new, what really started me wanting to make a YouTube channel happened about, it was like 4 years ago. I had some severe health issues happen. I basically was totally disabled, guys. I could not move. I could not function in society. I couldn't go to school. I couldn't get a job. I was done. Like, my body was in chronic pain constantly. I could not get out of bed. It was really awful. And during that time, the only thing that I could do in order to kind of stay attached to society and still feel like I was a part of something was actually watching these YouTubers, specifically most Let's Players. There were obviously some other channels that I stayed in touch with and stuff, but seeing them every other day or randomly throughout the week and just seeing that they were okay and it kind of being like a familiar voice and a friendly presence when I was going through that rough time, it really kept me grounded in a way. It kept me not feeling so alone in a time that was so dark in my life. I felt like I didn't have a purpose, you know, and in watching those videos, I did realize that I started to feel a little bit better. I started to feel like I was still a part of something in general, and I don't know, that really hit a note to me, as well as I've played games all my life, and during that time, the one game that got me through it was actually The Witcher 3, so that's why that game has my heart forever. When I started to kind of get my health under control and take it back into my own hands and found ways to be better, I really started to think about why not try it myself? Why not try to start something, even if it doesn't end up working, that can reach other people, to meet other people? Because that's basically always been my goal in the end, is to be able to reach other people, help people meet other people, or just give them something to look forward to at the end of the day, something to smile about, something to get them through their tough time or not feel so alone. And it took off, which blows me away all the time. It blows me away. I feel so fucking lucky to be able to do this every day of my life. It's hard work, believe me, but it is super satisfying. So yeah, basically that is what made me want to do a YouTube channel, is being with you guys, being able to hang out with everyone and play games, which is fucking awesome. AJSM Pro, if you were to make a video game, what would it be about? So in order for it to be a game from me, first and foremost, there needs to be building in it. Guys, there has to be building in it. I love building games. What you don't know secretly is, like, behind closed doors, those are the games that I play off camera, something that I can just pour hours into, building a house, or, like, you know, The Sims used to be my absolute go-to game. I haven't gotten to play it in a while, which makes me sad, but I've been playing like Portal Knights and stuff, and those are all building games as well. But yeah, so first thing, it would have to include building and like farming and survival, because I love that stuff where you have to hunt for your own food or things like that. And also, like, make it a massive online multiplayer, because those are also really fun when you can play with everyone as a group and kind of like log in randomly and continue to make your empire in a way. And then you have to have animals. I want to be able to ride a dragon. For fuck's sake, there will be a dragon in my game and I will ride it. Plants, nature, all that good stuff. All that good stuff. Put that in a game. If that game can exist, I will be so happy. MTRS asks, do you feel games have gotten you through different things in your life? 100% yes. 100% yes. And each game, it's almost like a song. You know how songs take you back to that moment in specific time that you used to listen to it all the time before you moved on, and like can make you feel really nostalgic. It's the same thing with games. Like certain games I almost pin to certain memories and certain times in my life. So like The Witcher 3 really got me through some of my health issues. Like I played that game laying down, guys, sideways, like because I couldn't sit upright without pain. So I would like have to play it like but it got me through like that. I poured so many hours into that, and it really means something special to me, as well as there are tons of games on the channel, like certain ones in particular, that I had so much fun with the community. I feel like they helped me through some of my lows as well. Maybe you guys didn't know that I was going through a low until later or whatever, but for sure there are games that have helped me through different things in my life. Frost Monster asks, what if any is your favorite horror movie? The Thing. I already mentioned it, but definitely that movie it's grotesque. It is gory. It's horrifying. Like, I really miss the old school horror, where it wasn't CGI. It was actually like special effects, and like these people made this stuff with their hands, and it like it functions in your world, and it's more terrifying to me. Like The Fly, those movies are horrifying because it's real, and it's not something like, I don't know, your brain almost just recognizes CGI isn't real, and it's just not as scary to me. Arrow, have you ever had a dream that you had you could, you'll do, you once, you could do so, you'll do, you could, you want them to do you so much you could do anything? Yes. Sylvian, how do you stay so enthusiastic on everything that you do? I don't. That's the secret, guys. I don't. And I want to be honest with everyone that is watching as well, because I am not like this always bundle of positivity. I go through a lot of lows as well off camera, like the life up and downs that you don't see. And I think that it's important to reiterate that to you guys, because sometimes you watch people and you're almost like, how do they stay happy all the time? Like, I wish I could be like that, and you compare yourself. I'm not happy all the time. I'm not always enthusiastic or super positive or super bubbly. Like, you can actually tell in some of my videos when I'm not quite feeling up to par. Like, even today, the past week, I have just felt so bleh, because the weather is changing. It's getting like dreary outside. It's cold. Life things as well. So I don't stay enthusiastic all the time, but I do think finding something that you're passionate about, like, I love doing what I'm doing. I love talking to you guys. I love playing games. I love being a part of something bigger, and helping people and talking to people like that. I thrive for that. I really do. Without it, I don't do so well. Like, I'm still an introvert for sure, but I'm like an introverted extrovert. Like, I need to be able to talk and like do that stuff. So I think finding something you really are passionate about that you can put like a lot of your energy into is important in staying somewhat enthusiastic, or a little bit more positive, I guess, in general, when you're not feeling so great. Like, even drawing or writing, things like that can help pull you through. Oh, that and coffee. Christoph asked, why don't play multiplayer games? I do actually play multiplayer games, but most of the time it's off camera. It's usually with either Discord fam or with patrons and stuff like that, as a patron gaming night type thing. So I do play multiplayers. I just don't film them because I don't think, it's just not where my channel is, like that's not really that's like where I kind of want to turn my brain off and stop thinking. Whereas like, I love filming the story games because I'm so into them, and being able to share that with you guys and talk about it with you guys is like really important to me. So I'm not that kind of channel, I guess, but I do play multiplayer games. Nishandra, Queen of the Dark, asked, what's it like being a female content creator in a predominantly male field in gaming? Oof, what a question. So I won't go super in depth with this one just because it is kind of controversial, and it has like so many layers to it as well that it would be hard for me to like wrap my brain around it completely, but basically the main things that I've noticed is you get a lot of hate comments they're based around being a female in general. So like I'll get hate comments about how I look, that I should show more, or they'll be like sexually explicit, or a lot of them will be like that I should go back to the kitchen, that women can't play games, that I suck, or, you know, blah, blah, blah. And the thing is that it just seems like it is more wrapped around the fact that I'm a female, if that makes sense, but male and female creators both get hate. So I'm definitely not comparing and saying that being a woman Let's Player gets more hate per se. Like, who am I to say that? You know, like, I can only experience what I have experienced directly. I will say in a way it is kind of empowering to be able to build my own community in a predominantly male industry. I think that women Let's Players are actually, you know, they're like on their way up. We haven't been seen a lot in this field because of the fact of like that mentality specifically that girls can't play games and the judgment based around it. But I think nowadays it's becoming a lot more open and more welcome, and so in a way it is kind of empowering. So yeah, there's definitely still a long way to go. You know, there's still a lot of hate that is wrapped around being a female Let's Player. ID Line asks, any conventions you want to go to this year or next year? Yes, I would love to go. There's a couple conventions I would love to go to just to meet some people and stuff, but I'd love to, you know, E3 went through some shit though, like this year. So I want to go to E3. It would be cool to actually experience that for once. I think it would be cool if I started streaming on Twitch to go to TwitchCon. I think it would also be cool to maybe go to one of the PAXs. Oh, and VidCon. VidCon would be sweet to go to. Jonesy asks, what has been your favorite thing about creating this community? My favorite thing about creating this community so far has been actually watching you guys come together and grow. That has been like, it sounds weird, but I feel like a proud mom sometimes when I see everybody interacting and they're getting along and they're, you know, like meeting different people, different cultures and different ways of life and different traditions, all that stuff, and still coming together and learning from each other and being happy to talk to each other and stuff like that. And aside from all the differences, that has been my absolute favorite part. To me, it's like really truly beautiful. So some days I really do get a little teary when I'll just sit back and, for example, on my Discord, and I'll just watch people interact with each other, and I'll be like, I'm just proud. Nuranu, I'm sorry if I said that wrong. How much do you love us? A lot. Gagan Scree, which one is your favorite and why? Mary Jane, Black Cat, or Silver Sable? You know, actually, out of all those, I bet you guys think it'd be Black Cat. I bet you think it is, but it's not. It's Silver Sable. I'm surprised myself. Trust me, I am truly surprised, because throughout the main game and like some of the other pieces, I didn't really bond with her. I didn't really care for her that much. Like, she's such a hard ass. She's kind of like, she's so stubborn and so yeah, she's just so stubborn. She makes you want to like blow up a little bit. But then that last DLC, the light that they put her in and the depth and like you really saw like no matter what, even though she's stubborn, she's extremely passionate. She's extremely driven. She's a strong, independent woman that doesn't take shit from anyone. Like, to me, she's like a role model. She was really fucking cool, as well as she started to soften up. You saw that she does have underneath this tough exterior a really warm heart, you know, and like the way that she interacted with Spoods, and there was obviously more depth there when she was kind of like, I don't want to fight, but I have to for the things that she cares about. That I respect a lot. So in all of those people, I respected her the most. I actually enjoyed her the most, which surprises me. Trust me, it does. But she's fucking cool. Easy Oak, have you ever been recognized in public? Yes, actually, for the first time some weeks back. It was like 2 weeks back or something. I was at the grocery store and this guy came up to me, and it was so fucking cute, as well as like really shocking. But he was like, do you make YouTube videos? And I was like, yes. And he was like, did you play Sekiro? I was like, yes. Of course, at this moment, I'm like having a minor freak out. Like I'm starting to blush and everything. And I'm like, fuck, he's gonna see that I'm blushing. It was so sweet. It was such a nice interaction for the first time meeting someone that's watched my channel or could be considered a fan in general. Like I was fangirling over meeting a fan, if that makes sense, because it was just really cool. NellY, is there something that you want to say to us? Yes, thank you. Thank you for giving me this whole opportunity. Thank you for supporting me and standing behind me in some of the roughest times of my life. This has actually pulled me through them. So thank you from the bottom of my heart for being there for me. Hell Spartan, if wasn't doing YouTube, what would I be doing instead? Well, that's a tough question, but I really think I'd be working with plants, guys. It's either plants or animals. And I think I'd lean more towards plants just because animals can be, it's labor intensive and my back wouldn't be able to handle it, but I'd probably be in a greenhouse somewhere. At the same time, I don't know if that's necessarily true because I really like to be a part of something bigger. I don't think I would be as happy if I wasn't interacting with people and meeting new people and doing what I'm doing now, so it's hard for me to think that that would satisfy me. I feel like I would need more. Moon presents, Taco or Bell? How about no? Ymir, what keeps you going, makes you want to get up in the mornings and be happy to be alive? So the first thing that makes me get up in the morning is definitely Luka. First off, because I love him, and second off, because he will repeatedly shove his head into my bed, making it rock around like there's a goddamn earthquake and wake my ass up. So that's for sure the first thing that makes me want to get out of bed and be happy. I love that dog. I love that dog so much. I notice the other things that keep me going are the small things. Like the small things that a lot of people take for granted, I find, I don't know, like warmth in, they make me feel good. So like having a warm cup of tea on a cold morning, or listening to the birds outside, or playing with my animals, like those little things are for the most part the things that make me happy to be alive. They're the small things, the people that I love, that I care about being around me as well. LOL boo ha ha said, how does it feel to motivate and inspire people? Thank you for being so amazing and positive. Oh, thank you. How does it feel to motivate and inspire people? It feels fucking amazing. There have been so many days where I'll get an email, or I'll get a comment, or I'll get like someone will DM me something about how my videos motivate them or how it helps pull them through a rough time, and I'll just start bawling my eyes out. Like there's so many moments, guys, that it feels fucking great. It feels amazing to be able to basically have this idea in my head that I wanted to achieve and achieve it on the regular. And sadly, a lot of times since I don't see you guys, all I have are the words, you know, that you can go by, but it still means a ton to me to know that I'm helping people. Like that shit means a lot to me. So I guess in that sense, it just feels good to kind of give back, put back into the world, you know? I live for that. NellY, what's your favorite anime? My favorite anime, whew, that's gonna be hard because I have a lot of really good ones that I love, guys. Like, I don't think I can do one favorite, but I'd say top favorites would be Cowboy Bebop because it's a classic, Samurai Champloo because it's fantastic as well, Noragami was really great, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood was really great as well, Wolf's Rain. Do not forget Wolf's Rain. I need to watch that again. I usually rewatch that one every winter. It's so sad. It's such a sad anime, but it's fucking beautiful. Haram Bell. Why am I sexy? I don't know. Guys, I'm ordering food. So, if it randomly comes in the middle of filming this, just ignore that. Ryan, who am I? Hush. What was your brain cognitive test score? Go back to sleep, Hush. Kuro Knight, do you use boy in your everyday life? No, I don't, but I do use bow. Like bow, What you doing out there? Bobo. That's my boy, is Bo. Carlos, what's your most embarrassing childhood memory? Ugh, my most embarrassing one was this time in, let me think, it was not junior high, it was middle school. I think it was 5th grade, and I was sick to my stomach, like I had the stomach flu. I could feel that I was going to puke. I could feel it. So I asked the teacher if I could go to the nurse's office. And on the way out, like it was in these modulars. So they were kind of like these trailers external from the actual school. I had to make my way all the way down this long hall to get to the nurses. And on the way out of the trailers, so I'm like kind of outside. I like ran because I could feel the puke coming, guys. I could feel it. And I puked all over the edge of this ramp. It was like one of the only ramps that you could use to get in and out of this trailer. So all the kids had to go by it, right? And I puked, and it was a mess. It was on my face, it was on my hands. I could feel like it was trying to stop this puke was impossible, guys. So like as I'm walking to the nurse's office, I started to feel myself needing to puke again, and I kind of puked into my hands. This is gross, I know. And then I went to the nurses, and I puked in the trash can multiple times. This is borderline like food poisoning. But basically, I got to go home sick, right? And then the next day, or the next couple days when I came back to school, the kids were all talking about, oh yeah, there was this puke all over the ramp. It was really gross. And like, I just sat there like, oh yeah, that's nasty. Oh, that was totally me. Who would you marry? Arthur Morgan, Joel, or Kratos? Oof, guys. Ooh. Let me think about this one. So, I'm gonna nix Kratos pretty much immediately. Not that towards the end of God of War, you know, he was quite good with Atreus and stuff like that, but he was too tough for me, okay? Too much masculine power coming at me in one sitting. I don't need that much in my life. And guys, it's a close call, but I think I'm going for Joel. I'd have to marry Joel. Mr. Riddle, Batman or Superman? Y'all are gonna go nuts when I say this, but Batman. Sylvan, if you could have one superpower, what would it be and why? I would choose to be able to talk to plants and animals, guys. 100%, because I think that would be cool. Villouette, do you think the Witcher Netflix series will be any good? You know, I go back and forth on this because some of the images that I saw, like when it first was announced, I said, no, it's gonna be awful. I'll be so upset about it. Like, I just know they'll ruin it. And then they had some pictures come out, and then they had like the actual characters, like the casts come out. And I hate it. Guys, I still don't really like the cast. I don't know why everyone looks so young. I feel like Geralt needs to look very rugged, and the actor that they chose for him, not that he isn't great. I think it was the same actor as for Superman. He's a good actor. He's very handsome, but he's not like rugged enough, in my opinion, to be Geralt. I felt like he needs to be a little more rough. And then they came out with, I think it was another trailer, and it actually looked pretty good. Like, it looked like it was going to be an intense drama. So I hope, okay? I don't know if I have faith that it will be good, but I hope it will be good. Professor Crimson, is it possible we can see a setup tour? It is possible to see a setup tour. I'm hoping that I can actually get you guys one soon. It's not going to be the most professional, but everything has changed. Everything has changed since, I think, maybe even... have I ever done one? I don't think I've ever done one. Wouldn't you know, it's my good friend Chipotle. Dan Z, what are you dressing up as for Halloween?